Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today I got George Bishop.
Hey, how's it going, Bill?
It's going good. Thank you for
Glad,
joining me. I appreciate it.
yeah, glad we can finally do this thing. We just missing on it, for a few reasons. But
There's a lot of controversy surrounding you and your family and stuff. Do you want to explain who you are, who your family was, and we'll get into it?
yeah, my name's George William Bradford Bishop. My father was the founding father of the club. Is known as, I don't want to get into the name, the complication of the names, but his club name was Boston Billy Bishop. The 76 William Bradford Bishop murders is why our family stepped back from the club. My youngest uncle murdered 5 members of our family March 6th of 76 in Montgomery County, Maryland. My father didn't want that stamped on the club for a few reasons. So he just said, say Otto founded the club, and he stepped back.
Do you know what happened with that murder? What transpired? Do you know the story?
Yeah. He supposedly didn't get a promotion. Today Show did a story on it called the greatest disappearing act of all time, suspected spy, Brad Bishop. He was CIA. You know how CIA won't they won't acknowledge their employees, and then even when they die, they just get a star on the wall. But we believe, Brad was a quarterback. He was even-tempered. He was highly educated. He wasn't violent in any way. But we believe he either did something he wasn't supposed to do, or seen something that he wasn't supposed to see, and they sent a cleaner and they carried his body away. It's nicknamed the Family Annihilator, but nobody's that good. Most people make it on the FBI's most wanted months, if not weeks. He was never seen again. So, it was just, there's a few things I'd like to get out there publicly too, about just the name Otto real quick. And I couldn't even find this on his funeral or anywhere. Hopefully our lawyer, Fritz Clapp, has some paperwork somewhere, but Otto's real name was David. And the reason why his name was changed is because his son, David Jr., died at a young age, and I think from drowning. And it was just too painful for him to hear that name. So, he changed it to Otto. I'm not sure what that Otto came from, but Otto's real name is David Fridelli. The Tony Tate case was another reason that my father stepped back from the club. And, in the 80s, a guy took a bet that he could infiltrate the club. And the feds just said, we'll pay you all this money, and we'll fly you around, and you just get us convictions. So this guy came up with the plan that, they create crimes. We ride for the standard on the street, and what glory is for us, but they ride us for headlines, and their glory is international headlines with their name and Hell's Angels in the headlines. But he came up with the plan, the scenario that they needed explosives to blow up an enemy clubhouse, and it was like this: hey, do you love your brothers? Are you a good brother? The crazy things that they do to us to twist us up in crimes. And my father after that said, no new people. So our circle just kept shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. He was 97 when he passed, but the brothers weren't wrong on this. It's just this, and like this too, think of it as we don't talk about those people because we were being protected. After time, we don't talk about the, and it just went out, and over time, it's understandable that people would think, wow, they must have did something really bad. Even the brothers. So, different family members had different theories on whether he did it or what happened. But if he was CIA, it wouldn't be that hard to find the other family member, other family members that he may have had a problem with. We didn't want to find out. So my father's name was changed to Janzig, and I'm just going to leave it on that because there's other family members that don't want to be recognized. This story is huge because there was a survivor to the William Bradford Bishop murders, baby girl Ashley Bishop. There's a lot, very complicated, but
What happened with her?
She's still alive. Yeah, she's in Sacramento. I'm in contact with her. I sent her money, and it ended up getting me. I sent money Western Union. When I got my retirement, she wanted me to use Cash App. It wasn't her fault, but yeah, and my sister Carrie. They're still on the West Coast.
Did you
Where we.
yourself ever join the club?
No, I was. I tried to get in the club the first time, and they stopped me, so I became an Iron Horseman. And then my father just said, fuck it, I founded the club. You're Pat Snowman. I got certain rights as for being born into this, And then he didn't trust anyone. I needed to go where he needed to go. Think of it like this too: how many enemies they had acquired from the beginning, even in our own club. He was in a wheelchair for the last almost 30 years of his life. He was vulnerable, so I had to kind of pretty much roll with it like a pit bull, But we didn't wear patches publicly for a few reasons, a
Yeah.
few reasons. He'd step, but it's like this. All right, just leave me alone after a while. But for a few, that wasn't enough, Not only, all right, one of the benefits of creating something is you don't have to pitch and fetch for anyone. He didn't have to be anywhere. He created it, But, if we really wanted to push it, it's not the first person to register a trademark or a logo. It's the first person to use it. The person that created it is the person that controls it. So our common interest rights, if this would, hopefully it doesn't, everything's got a lot better and everything's quieted down, but we have final say so and control of the trademarks because we created them.
Yeah, but so it doesn't matter if someone else has the trademark. If the people in control of the club now have the trademarks, does that matter?
No, it doesn't, because if it went to court, the common interest rights would go back to the people that created the logo. We never wanted to push it with them, but New York Weekly came to me with a story that they wanted to do, and I lost contact with them. The resilience and perseverance through wide misunderstanding of Hells Angels president George Bishop. They researched everything that I said legally and recognized me as president of the club. I don't know, they I wanted the picture changed, and they were, the fake history's down on hellsangels.com. So that would have been all right to use that. It'd be all right to use that www now, but at that time they had a different history up, and because of the murders and all that, it wasn't nobody was really wrong on either side, but we were sharing family pictures and correctly identifying people and pictures is where this thing started at. My father didn't mind being left out of it, but lying on us and then attacking me was a different story. So I said it started as I put a picture up of him, and I said they took Brad off the most wanted in 2020 to make way for a more dangerous criminal. And I called Pomps. I'm like, how could they make way for a more dangerous criminal than the family annihilator? And they said, well, they must think he's dead. We know he's dead. So it popped into my head. Damn, I'm proud of my family, and one percenters like to say good morning to their brothers, because you don't know if you're going to see your brother the next day. So I said, can I say good morning to you? And he said, yeah, I've just used Bean. The boss, his nickname was Boston Billy, so it was a play on the Boston. And I wanted to make it special. At that time, original Purdue Leathers, because I do graphic design, I took their logo. We don't have to ask. It's our club. It just is. I wanted to pay tribute to him. I wanted to make it special, and I changed the bottom logo to original Purdue Gangster. Then he laughed, and he said, yeah, that's all right. So I said, good morning, Bean, Pops, much love, loyalty, honor, and respect. And it's like it caused a 4-year earthquake, for a 6-year worldwide earthquake. It just rippled, and everybody was watching us. The very first comments, I got a lot of this stuff saved. The man, when I put his picture up, the man who presided over the first 1% meeting, coined Purdue, filthy few, and so much more, total badass. But then that's when the lies come in. The first guy that come in, first brother that attacked was Dirty Kevin, and full patch from. I don't want to open a lot of these wounds back up again because the things are so much better then. But I'm just kind of explaining to everybody how long this has been going on. 2019. He says, "Hey, there ain't no." This was about his picture. He says, "Hey, there ain't no founding member named Bean." He said, "That's Dougie Poo. His status out bad. He died last year." And I just always I feel bad even saying this, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, is there something my father isn't telling me? And said, I called him and I said, "Hey, this is above my pay rate." I said, "I just got attacked by a full patch." He said, "What happened?" He said, I said, "They're calling you Bean, or sorry, they're calling you Dougie Poo. They're saying you're out bad and you died last year." He said, "What? Who?" He said, "Make me a profile and point me to them." I was like, "Oh man, fucking A, thank you." And I made it and I tagged him down into it, with where you speak and what you say. And I kind of ran him through it. He'd never been on social media before. What I would do was find pictures and share them with him. And he says, and I tagged Dirty Kevin down into it and a few other, big names like Domi and Chuck Zito was with us at that time, and a few others. And he says, "I'm Boston Billy." He said, "I was there before Otto." He still didn't call himself the founding father, but it's just the way he was. He was humble. He says, "I'm not Dougie Poo. I'm not out bad, and I'm sure as hell not dead." They didn't apologize or they didn't do anything really. I think everybody's just confused. There was just because of what happened. There was just so much confusion. Who's telling who what. But our main fight was with the Grow family. The 57-year legendary Oakland Hells Angel, whose highest rank in Oakland was Sonny's disgruntled secretary, Gary Gordon Grow. Man, he's a shady. He completely erased our family and said the good old days was a still picture of them that they called a reporter to come take in the Frisco clubhouse in '69. But what they erased, was our family, my father and my uncles on the cover of Life magazine.